Step-by-step guide on how to write a high-quality academic journal article. 1. Title. Purpose. The title should be specific, concise, and informative. It must reflect the content and scope of the article. Tips. Use clear keywords to enhance discoverability. Avoid jargon, abbreviations, or vague terms. Use a subtitle if needed, for example, Redemptive Leadership in Africa, a framework for institutional healing. 2. Abstract. Purpose. A brief, standalone summary of your article, often what readers and reviewers see first. Content to include typically 150 to 250 words. Background or problem. Aim or objective. Methodology. Key findings. Conclusion and implications. Tips. Write it last, after the article is complete. Avoid citations and technical language. Think of it as your research elevator pitch. 3. Choosing effective keywords. Keywords are more than just search terms. They are strategic signposts that ensure your article is discoverable by the right academic audience. Well-chosen keywords improve your article's visibility in search engines, databases, and indexing services. Select 4 to 6 words or phrases that reflect the core themes, methods, or theoretical concepts in your article. Include both general disciplinary terms, for example, higher education, leadership, and specific ones. For example, Ubuntu, redemptive leadership, decoloniality. Avoid overly broad words like study or analysis, and instead focus on terms that scholars in your field are likely to search for. Think of keywords as the silent ambassadors of your work. They must speak clearly and precisely on your behalf. 4. Introduction. Purpose. To introduce the topic, explain its importance, and outline the article's purpose. Key components. Context or background of the issue. Statement of the problem or research gap. Objectives or research questions. Rationale or significance. Brief outline of the paper structure. Tips. Begin broadly, then narrow in. Be clear about what your paper does and why it matters. End with a strong thesis or guiding argument. 5. Literature review or conceptual background. Purpose. To position your study within existing knowledge and theoretical debates. Key functions. Show awareness of relevant literature. Highlight gaps, contradictions, or tensions. Justify your theoretical or conceptual lens. Tips. Synthesize. Do not just list previous studies. Show how your study adds value or challenges dominant views. Use headings to organize themes if needed. 6. Theoretical framework, if required as a separate section. Purpose. To explain the concepts, theories, or models guiding your analysis. Tips. Use theory to shape your questions, not just to interpret your results. Be consistent in applying your theoretical lens throughout the article. If theory is integrated in the literature review, make that clear. 7. Methodology. Purpose. To explain how the study was designed and carried out, ensuring transparency and credibility. Include research design, for example, qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods. Data sources and sampling. Data collection methods, for example, interviews, surveys, documents. Data analysis approach. Ethical considerations. Tips. Justify your choices. Why this method for this question? Be transparent about limitations. Use subheadings for clarity. 8. Findings or results. Purpose. To present the data or evidence collected. Structure. Organize findings around themes, research questions, or case studies. Use illustrative quotes, tables, or figures if appropriate. Keep interpretation minimal here. Save it for discussion. Tips. Let the data speak clearly and directly. Ensure all findings relate back to your research aim. Don't introduce theory-heavy explanations here. 9. Discussion. Purpose: to interpret the findings in light of the literature, theory, and research questions. Include what the findings mean, how they confirm, extend, or contradict existing knowledge, implications for policy, practice, or future research. Tips: avoid repetition of the findings. Think critically. What are the broader meanings? Show scholarly depth, but remain accessible. 10. Conclusion. Purpose: to summarize key insights and restate the contribution. Include concise recap of findings, significance of your study, practical or theoretical implications, future research directions. Tips: be bold but not overclaiming. Leave the reader with the final thought or challenge. Avoid introducing new data or arguments. 11. References or bibliography. Purpose: to acknowledge sources and demonstrate engagement with relevant scholarship. Tips: use a consistent citation style, APA, Harvard, Chicago, etc. Follow journal guidelines. Double-check each reference for accuracy and completeness. Ensure every in-text citation appears in the reference list and vice versa. 12. Final tips for high-quality articles. Audience awareness. Write for scholars in your field. Assume basic knowledge, but explain your unique angle. Clarity and precision. Avoid jargon. Use straightforward language. Structure and flow. Use clear headings and transitions. Guide the reader from section to section. Originality and contribution. Be clear about what is new or why your insights matter. Revising and peer feedback. Review, revise, and get feedback before submission. Follow submission guidelines. Every journal has specific formatting, word limits, and reference rules. Read them carefully and follow strictly. Happy writing!